Good morning. She's a little late. Let's see who wants to join me this morning. That's better. Energy's starting to lighten up. Crazy morning, crazy dreams. How much work we do when we're sleeping, we will never know. So it's all about lightening everyone up today. Bringing in some positive energy, helping us to feel a little bit more at home in our bodies, at home on the planet. Hi, Laura. How are you this morning? I feel like an alien today, I'll be honest. I feel this weird alien energy. I actually had an experience while I was sleeping. The dog likes to sleep outside of the bedroom door, and our floor creaks. so he woke me up with the floor creaking. But when I was startled awake, I saw like a white figure coming towards me, and I even yelled out. I was like, ah, like, no, you can't come this way. So I know that we are experiencing, hi Julie, good morning. I know that we're having some wild experiences. Good morning to you, pretty lady. Our abilities are becoming more and more heightened, and it has a plus side and it can have a more difficult side too. So we often talk about this awakening and how beautiful it is. Good morning, Carol. And there's so much beauty in this waking up process that we perceive as beautiful. This love energy that comes into the heart, feeling the angels, all of that, it's really beautiful experiences. Please know that we also, as we're waking up, as our third eye is waking up, we're also having experiences that can seem kind of scary. They can seem like we're, I know that it scared me really bad. Jennifer, good morning. Good morning, Deborah. Good afternoon. I know that in my not so awake state last night, I had a total panic. Hi, Annie. Good morning. Haven't seen you for a while. So I guess that's whenever I have experiences, I want us to talk about it. What are you experiencing? Are you having some of these third eye experiences? Because the truth is that we're always surrounded by spirit. You know, whether it be angels, whether it be loved ones, whether it be earthbound spirits, whatever it is, there are energies around us all the time. We don't know. Sometimes we'll feel the brush, something will touch our heads, or we'll feel kind of the brush of something, or we might catch a glimpse of something out of the corner. I know back in probably February, when I first got back here to the mountains, I started having these like dark flashes off to the peripheral of my vision. And at one point I was in a antique mall, and I actually stepped back because I saw something dark come right down in front of me. So as the third eye is opening up, we're having these experiences, and it's not necessarily something to be afraid of. I guess that's what's important for me to come here today and say, whew, I love it when spirit comes in, because then I start to want to cry, but I know that the energy I'm spot on. Somebody needs to hear this, whether it be in this group now or somebody later, somebody needs to hear this. So that's why it's coming through so strongly to me. If you're having experiences, you're hearing more, you're seeing more, you're having these glimpses, you're like, sometimes it's scary, and sometimes it feels very scary. This has happened to me twice in my home, where I've woken in the middle of the night and I could see somebody walking from the doorway towards my bed. And it always scares me. It always gives me a lack of sleep. Last night, the truth is I had a panic, and then for a couple minutes, I thought, okay, I'm not going to be able to go back to sleep because that really scared me. And then I did. I went right back to sleep because I guess that egoic part of me is becoming more accustomed. We're going to see more. It's just the way it is. You can't have this big third eye awakening without having some things happen that may feel scary when they first begin, when you really don't understand what's going on. So I've heard people before, they're so afraid of the third eye awakening, and I'm like, what? I don't know what's bothering you so much with that. I get it. We see things that come out of nowhere, and it doesn't feel right. I really feel like part of it is a bleed through, that our time is coming to, like, the whole idea of time and separation is melting away. And hi, Tammy. Hi, Jennifer. You've seen star beings. Very cool. Jeanette, good morning. So that's why I want to start this conversation today, because Thank you for not having to sign off, Annie. That's great. Because I want to hear, what are you experiencing? What are you afraid to talk about? I'm here for you today. What is it that's going on with you? You're like, wow, I must be the only person on the planet going through this because nobody else is talking about it. Let's open some conversation with this show. What is it? I'm watching your comments this morning more closely because I really want to hear what it's like as you're opening up to these clairs, what you're hearing, what you're seeing. For me, I've had strength that, like, I don't know how many of you were here, but last night I was awakened by the dog moving in the house and I saw like a white being walking towards my bed. And I don't believe that there was any harm, that it was not a harmful, it was just like, and it almost felt extraterrestrial, to be honest. It was this glowing figure. It wasn't what I'm used to seeing. So I got scared. My ego got scared. And then I settled myself right down. It wasn't anything to be afraid of. Good. You're seeing more, Jennifer. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear what you guys are experiencing because I've even experienced heightened touch. Like I felt it's been difficult for me. A friend of mine who Steve goes to often, who has for a long time, I really believe he was her father in a past life. And she is a part of my soul family. I believe she was my daughter. That's what's crazy is as it starts to unfold, I'm like, oh, Steve and I were her parents in a past life. Isn't it wild? We've had so many lifetimes together. The truth is that we keep circling around each other. So we've got these bleed-throughs of all of these different timelines, of these different experiences that we have. If time doesn't really exist, then these things are all they're kind of going on all at the same time, really. And so we can have these bleed-throughs of information. And sometimes we have these attachments to people and we don't understand why. And they're not healthy attachments. They can be a very unhealthy attachment, and yet we feel like we need to stay with that person because we're having another bleed through. That's how crazy these bleed throughs are. We might be in another lifetime. We might have a very beautiful experience with that person, with that spirit, that soul. And yet in this lifetime, we're not playing that role. And yet we feel an attachment to them still because we've had all these different things going on, and they're all bleeding through and more and more and more these days. So I know for a lot of us, we're having almost out-of-body experiences. There's some confusion. When I'm sleeping, it's very, very active. When I wake up, I'm like, okay, who am I? Where am I? What am I supposed to do today? So I'd like to hear from you all if you're having some, what I would consider like a bleed-through experience of different lifetimes. There they are. I hung them right on my shirt. Jeanette, I know since I've been taking classes, I've been hearing a lot of messages. Also, I know we have some type of energy in our house, so we need to work on a good clearing for you. Is it a good energy, or is it something that you'd like to clear from your home? Because if it's something that needs to be cleared, we need to take care of that. You don't want, as much as we love our loved ones, or we want to have these experiences, we don't want earthbound spirits hanging about us because it pulls our energy down. They can make us sick. We feel their energy. We feel maybe what their illness was, what they died from, what their mood was, whatever it is. It can really affect us even though we don't know. So if you're having a lot of nausea or low energy, it's probably a good time to clear your home. And that can be as simple as going through the house with a sage stick and setting your intention. You don't always need to go to somebody else unless it's really a powerful entity that doesn't want to leave. But you get yourself a sage stick and you go light it up and walk through your house and sage yourself up and down, sage your backside, have somebody else help you if you need to, sage everybody that's in your home, even your pets. You can sage you can go through and sage anything that you've brought into your home recently because it could be an attachment to a piece of furniture, to an object that you brought into your home. But set your intention. Call in Archangel Michael and all the angels that can help you. And set your intention on clearing and on crossing over anyone that is there that needs to go into healing. Because they're coming to us because they know we can help them. So help them. Help them to cross over. They don't want to be stuck here any more than any of the rest of us. They're ready. They may be ready to release and get into some beautiful healing. And if they're stuck and they really don't want to leave, then you can get some help from a professional. But you'll notice, you can feel a lightening in your home. Don't always wait for someone else to help you. You can do it. You're powerful, Danette. Good. I have cat hair. Sorry. I'm hugging that cat. It makes my nose tickle. Deborah, I see nothing anymore. I can't even feel my beloved dog who was just passed. I used to sense and feel and see things. Now I don't. Beginning to doubt there are even angels. Life isn't good at the moment. One bad thing after another. Sorry, but that's just the truth. Deborah, please don't apologize. We all go through these dark times where we feel like our angels have completely separated from us, where we can't feel spirit. I've been there this month. Well, let's see, maybe not this month, but last month, the month before, I went through some down times where I couldn't feel. I feel like our angels and guides are pulling away from us at times just to help us to realize our own inner strength, because it's not going on the outside that we have to do. It's coming in, it's coming within, and we need to learn to plug ourselves in. So I would highly suggest, if you've got time sometime soon and you want to have a session, we can work one in for you to see if we can't release some of that energy that's hanging about, so that you can start to feel and start to see and start to have these experiences again, open you back up again, okay? I will help in any way that I can. I know there's others that will too. Julie going to sage your home. Very good. Danette, my cats used to go crazy in our hallway. Now I swear I've seen a shadow come from one room to the next. Yeah, it's time to clear your home. It is time to clear your home. I've lived in homes that have those shadows before, and it's definitely time to help them get crossed over. You don't want to have that kind of energy in your home. It's time to be all in a higher place, and them too. We don't want them to get stuck here any more than we do. You're welcome, Deborah. Sending you. We're gonna work on some clearing today. See if we can't get some of that energy cleared away. We will include homes. We'll include your space. I often do that. So when we get into meditation, don't let me forget to do that. Clearing your home space, clearing the objects in your home. It always helps for you to pull out that sage stick. It helps. Sage is just very calming anyway, but it's definitely clearing old energies, stagnant energies out of your house. It really does help. So holding your vibration high, working to hold that vibration high keeps you clear. Sometimes we can't help it. We fall down in. Sometimes we have other people in our homes that aren't holding their vibrations high that are attracting. My girls are very gifted. They're not very good at holding their vibrations high. So oftentimes lower vibrational energies will be attracted to them. So we want to make sure to work with them too, especially if they're underage. We want to help them to stay clear too. So we'll do that. We'll pull anyone that we can into a clearing here in just a few minutes. That's why I called this today Clearing. I feel like the angels give me that message right before I get on. It's like, okay, what do you guys need from me today? Clearing. Okay, let's do some clearing. So it's interesting that you popped in with all of this, Deborah and Danette. We'll work with you today, okay? Let's see. I'm going to slow down and see if we can't get some kind of work some magic this morning. It's important for you guys to remember that you all have a plug. You all have this extension cord. I don't know where that energy is, but I feel like I'm going to cry. So hold on. We all have this extension cord that we can plug into, and we so often forget, especially when we get deeply into this shadow work. It's like if we have any shadows within us, any energies that we have not dealt with yet, we are being pushed to deal with them, and that feels like we're being left alone, because we go so deeply into it that we're like walking the desert all by ourselves, and there's nobody there to support us. That's what it feels like. And so remembering in those moments, if you can, please remember, either reach out and get yourself some support from one of your soul family, or remember that even when you get that far down, that your angels and guides truly never do leave you. They may pull away a little bit to allow you to have a time of growth, but when you really need them, when the chips are down, they're going to be there. So it's about remembering that you have a higher self, that you have this extension cord. We work with that a lot in class. Can you take that extension cord and plug it in? Plug your higher self back in so that you're getting that feed again. Because if you're not, what happens is we start getting further and further down into that rabbit hole. And the deeper we go into the rabbit hole, the more difficult it is for us to see any light. It's very, very dark. And we go, and something in us just pulls us further and further and further into it. And the further we go down in, the harder it is to see that light that's up at the beginning of the tunnel. So sometimes it requires us to reach out for help. And sometimes it requires us to remember somehow in all that darkness that we are the light, that you can turn on that switch yourself. And I feel like right now, there's many of us that are going through this or have been through it in the past couple of months. This time of separation from spirit so that we can remember that we are stronger than we think, that we are more able, that we can plug ourselves in, that we have all of the light and the love that we need within us, that we don't need to look anywhere else. Does that make sense? It's just your time of being able to learn to reconnect yourself. It's like they've been helping us for so long, and then they start to pull away for a little bit, and we're like, oh my gosh, I'm all by myself. And they're like, no, remember, please, remember, you're never alone. You have that inside of you. We're always here. Please plug into us whenever you need us. So it's requiring us to do the work. And that is nearly impossible when we're in full darkness to remember to do that work or to know, even have any idea how to do it. So that's why not one of us came here alone. We all came in. We're all here to help each other through. Okay, so wherever you see that light, reach out. Reach out for help. Okay, Jennifer, I'm seeing more of my past life in Atlantis and fall of Atlantis, which was really emotional. I was a high priestess in Atlantis, and keep the energy high. Wait, okay. It's a long one. I lost you. And keep the energy high. I'm Atlantis. I'm having more visions, star beings, usually early morning. I always see angel lights before I sleep. I want to heal the past to move forward. I had a dream of Archangel Michael. He guides me to you. Beautiful. Archangel Michael is actually my right-hand guy. He's actually one of my spirit guides, which is an interesting way to have an interesting, companion, I guess. When I first started to really open up in meditation, I saw him coming right down. I saw his face just like right here in front of me talking to me. And so he's been really very, very present. It's taken me time to realize how present. So when we have that, I feel like then we have this team. We all work together with our guides, with all of these angels that are around us to draw one another to have that connection. Connectivity is the best word. So I think that's beautiful, and I would love to learn more about. Sometime we should have a talk about Atlantis. I'm really drawn to it. I feel like many of us probably existed in Atlantis before it came to an end. Many of us are. This is where people start turning me off. Many of us have extraterrestrial energy. Atlantis was, to me, Atlantis was extraterrestrial. So those of you who have spent time, who feel as if you were a part of Atlantis, you came from somewhere else. You definitely did most of it. When you think about it, really all of us are seeds planted here. This planet had, we were all aliens. We were all seeded at some point, even though it goes way, way back. But I really feel like Atlantis holds a whole lot of extraterrestrial energy. So it'd be very interesting to talk about that, to study on that together, Jennifer. You should come on my show sometime. Yeah, Thursday's coming again. And after last week's show, I'm not sure anybody's ever going to come on that show with me, because poor Carol Ann came on and it dropped her. My internet dropped right 10 minutes into the show, and she had to carry the whole show. And I'm still so proud and so grateful to you, Carol, for sticking it out through that, because that would have scared the daylights out of just about anyone. So the fact that you were able to just keep on talking, you just took over and started talking to the audience. They loved you, and you did a beautiful job. So I promise I do my best not to have that happen to anyone when we do the show, Creation to Connection. It's even with Silent Mystics, we've had guests on there, and usually we do really well. I don't know. It was election day, and that's the only thing I'm guessing, is that our internets were all haywire. So, well, we really do try not to have that happen. But Carol did awesome. You tried. You did. Carol, you not only tried, you succeeded. You did a beautiful job. And don't worry about the long message. Archangel Michael is definitely at your right side right now. I feel that. So it's okay, Jennifer. Bring it. That's why I really opened up the floor today. I want to hear what you guys are experiencing, because I know that we're all experiencing. I can sit here and tell you all about all of my experiences over and over again. I can sit here and repeat all these stories, but the truth is that we're all here. We're all seeing things through very unique filters. We're all experiencing things in our own ways, and we're all standing around going, what in the heck was that? And so I really want you to feel as if you can all be very connected to each other. It's all about creating a tribe and having one another's backs. So if you're going through the same kinds of things as someone else or maybe Jennifer brings up this whole Atlantis thing and somebody in the group is going, wait, I always thought that was just a fairy tale. Maybe there's something real to that. It's important for us all to bring these different understandings, different viewpoints, different origins to the forefront so that we can discuss them. You are more than welcome to go on the show. You are more than welcome to show up this Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if anybody's interested in it, I send a link and you just pop in. You stay as long as you want. You don't have to stay for the full hour. You start getting uncomfortable, you get tired or whatever, you can pop back off. But it's all about connections. So, Isabel, nice to see you. Good morning. We're talking about different crazy experiences that we're having. What's going on with you? Are you hearing? Are you seeing? Are you smelling? I know I've had experiences before with I had an earthbound spirit in my home years ago. Now my ex-husband was not nice. He was pretty mean to live with, and I had 6 kids, and my kids are all gifted, and so even I didn't know who I was. I had no idea who I was in that first marriage. So we used to have a spirit. We had I think probably more than one living in our home. And I'd be laying there taking a nap, and all of a sudden I'd feel somebody sit on the end of my bed. And I was in the room all by myself. And I'd look down, and there was actually an imprint of a person sitting on my bed. And a few times I'd wake up in the middle of the night because I smelled something strange. And it would smell like mechanical almost. It was a weird smell. And when I would wake up, there would be like somebody hanging right over my face. It was like, wow. And my son told me a few times, he's very gifted, he just doesn't want to admit it. And he told me a few times he would be sitting in the living room and he saw a dark figure going down the hallway towards my bedroom. So my daughter had some friends over in the basement, and one of them was talking to somebody. In the middle of the night, he got up to go to the bathroom, and she saw him over there talking to somebody. She said, who are you talking to? And he said, well, there's a lady in white standing right here. Can't you see her? Or a few times she was sitting downstairs in the basement and something would fly off the shelf. Or her TV would change to old black and white movies out of the blue. She'd just be sitting there watching TV and it would switch. It was a very strange house that we lived in. We had all kinds of activity in there, and I just didn't know. I didn't know what to do about it. That was a long time ago. I was probably 41. And I had no idea how gifted any of us were. And so we were just living with this, whoever it was in that house. It was really crazy. So smells can be a big one. My grandmother comes through in spirit form smelling like toast or Charlie perfume. If I smell one of those, I know grandma's close. But that's a good, ooh, I just felt her. That's a good, hi grandma. I love how she just shows up when I start to talk about her. But that's a good, she's crossed over. She's just one of my guides. She just won't leave. She's just hanging close to me all the time. That's okay. Jennifer, yes, okay, we will do that. My son is very sensitive to energy. Excellent, Jennifer. We pass these things down. We pass these things down, don't we? So I have 6 children, and most of my daughter was such an obvious medium when she was little. She would tell us about who she was playing. I would see her walking. The things she did, I could write a book about her when she was little. She kind of shut it down when she was around 5 or 6 because she had a scary encounter with, there was an energy about her. It was a young boy, what she told me, and he would just give her the scariest dreams, or it was very scary, and I didn't really once again, I didn't know what to do about it. Now I would know to cross him over to help release that energy from her so that she didn't have to deal with it. But since I didn't know how to deal with it at that point, she shut down because she was afraid. So sometimes she still sees, but mostly she hasn't come to that place where she's willing to open back up. So it's all about, it's difficult having so many and knowing how gifted they are. My 20-year-old is starting to open up to the idea that she's gifted. They eventually start to come around. Patience is needed, and they've come to us for a reason because of this energy sensitivity that your son has. Because he's gifted, he came to you so that you could help him to deal with it without giving him a hard time. Because if so many times, I know most of us here, we are gifted. We came into a home where nobody understood who we were, what we were capable of, and so they pretty much tried to shut us down. So here we are now with this new generation that's even more gifted. They're coming in. They are so much more gifted. Big truck. Yeah. They're so much more gifted than we were when we started out. We've had to really work at this. They're just on the fast track. They need all the help they can get. So pay attention. I'm so glad that you're noticing that. Jennifer, your grandmother's your guide too. Beautiful. I hope she will open up. Yeah, she will. She's still got it. Sometimes she tells me that she sees things. She just doesn't want to. She like has blinders on. She doesn't want to see. But she does still. I don't think we can fully ever shut our abilities off. It's just we can ignore them if we like or try. Let's see. My granddaughter, Carol, my granddaughter was asking about ghosts over the weekend. She's 4.1, is that what you're saying? 4? Oh, 4. I think she feels and sees spirit. Interesting. Well, that would make sense. They come down through generations. You're very gifted, Carol. So they're going to come on down. So it makes perfect sense. And I hope that when she's asking, that those people that she's asking are giving her, are not shutting her down and saying they don't exist. That's what happens is we get told that we don't have abilities. We're told not to see those things. We're told that they're not really here. And so we forget that they're there. Somehow as we grow, we just kind of let go. So, Jennifer, I had fears when Spirit first came to me, so I understand exactly. Me too. Me too. When they first start coming through, because we're gifted, we're like lights. It's really funny because I went to a psychic right after Steve died. I went for my birthday, October 17th, so it was exactly a month after little over a month, 6 weeks, 5 weeks after he passed, and my daughter was like, you need to go see her, and I didn't want to get taken advantage of. I wasn't comfortable, but I felt the draw too, so I went up to talk to her, and I said, I mentioned to her, I said, because I think she said something about gifted children, and I said, oh, my daughter I feel as if she's very gifted, and she said, yes, she is gifted. She is gifted, but she is a branch off of you. You're the tree. And I sat there and went, what the heck? Because I just always thought that she was the gifted one, that I was blessed with this child with some kind of special ability, but that it wasn't me. Even though I had experienced this energy sensitivity all my life, and being an empath, I can understand being an empath. But the idea that I would be a medium was never crossed really. I thought that was all her. So be aware of that if you're saying, oh, my kids are gifted, well, that comes down from these other generations. You might be the one that they're getting that from. So don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt your abilities. Let's see. So we're getting down to about 15 minutes. I really feel like it's important for us all to clear energy today. That's why I'm here. That's why I said clearing. We've had a nice talk though, you guys. Thank you so much for bringing up all these experiences. I think what I started to tell you guys was, and I missed this, was that I actually felt this girl that I've talked to since Steve died. She's one in my soul family for sure. She's come to the mountains and we've spent time together. She's experienced him, and she seems to be, a really strong medium. More, what I always thought was more so than myself. And she said, he brings me, he like rubs my neck. And I said, really? I've never really experienced that. Well, I've experienced it in little bits now. Every now and then I feel him at my neck. The other day I was just sitting there watching TV, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, wait, what is that? And I could feel this tingly sensation at my neck right here. And it went all the way up into my ear. It was like here and all the way down. And I was like, aha. I've experienced him in so many ways. Usually it's through a big hug. Usually it's like he just wraps me up and I can't even breathe. And the love that he brings is so incredible that it just takes my breath away. But sometimes I just get busy and I'm not paying attention, I think. And he's learning how to actually get my attention. He was like, here I am. I'm right here rubbing your neck, babe. so it's twofold, isn't it? Yes, it can be scary, and it can also be so beautiful to experience our spirit guides, our loved ones, these angels, all of this beautiful energy. The veil is like paper thin, if it's in existence at all anymore. So our experiences are heightened. And so try to stay out of fear. You are very, very, very protected at all times. Call in Archangel Michael. Call in your angels. Ask them for protection. And know that you are just being wrapped up in love. And that these entities that are coming through to you, they're earthbound, they're seeking help, and you have the ability to cross them over, and you can call in your angels to do that. And just continue to ask every day. Continue to ask for a clearing, for energy clearing from your angels. Please do that, because there's so much crazy energy in the world right now. It's just such a highly charged, I say right now, but it's always been that way. We want to say, oh, because of the elections, or because of the racism, or because of the COVID, all these different things. But really, this world has been highly charged since the beginning. There's been wars and hate crimes and horrible things happening since mankind first woke up on the planet. So we're in it. We can do this together. We're more powerful now than we have ever been before. That's the difference. We have more help now than we've ever had before. Hi, Linda. Good morning. So it's about asking for that help. Carol, I got tingly on my face a lot. Very, very soft. Yep, Bill likes to touch your face, doesn't he? That's beautiful. It's beautiful what they'll do for us just to show us they're around. We're like, they're gone forever, and then they're like, no way. He did not let me feel alone for very long at all, and neither do our angels. For all of us who haven't had that experience, please know that your angels are so close. That flutter of the wings, the touch, the guidance, the feeling of being protected, of wrapped in a warm blanket, that sense of healing, the energy that flows through you, that's all yours for the taking. All you got to do is let yourself experience it, fall into it. Don't doubt it. I had to laugh this morning because Jon Stewart in Operation Joy, he posted those pictures of the little fairies, and the first part of me wants to go to, oh, well, somebody doctored that. And then the second part of me is like, why can't it be true? Of course it can be true. My gosh, I've been experiencing the energy of my husband who died from cancer 4 years ago, and I started experiencing him right away. Why, if I can experience that kind of energy, why can't we actually see fairies? As I wrote about it, you guys probably know it. I really got that yesterday. Makes me want to cry. Walking through the woods with this crazy dog. He's so protective. And as I'm asking to see fairies or magical creatures in the forest, all of a sudden it's like, you have a magical creature right beside you. He looks like a dog because I perceive him that way. Those angels look like bugs because I perceive them that way. Please know that there is magic all around us, but it's all hidden just like we are. We have cloaked ourselves for so many generations, for so many lifetimes, because if we came out, so many years ago, if we came out as being, and still some places on the planet, even now when you come out and say that you're either a witch or you've got magic or you've got these even healing abilities that are so beautiful, people look at you like you're some kind of freak. So we may not be getting put to death right now here where I am, but I know there's judgment. I know in my neighborhood they're like, yeah, that's that strange one. We don't want to be around that one. She's a little different. So we can be afraid of that. We can be afraid of letting ourselves shine because of the way that we'll be treated or judged. And the biggest, most beautiful thing that happens when we allow ourselves, as Paul said, excuse my language, throw your give a shits out the window. As you allow yourselves to stop caring about what other people think, your abilities become more heightened. Your light shines more brightly. People are attracted to the light because you're not afraid to shine. And the whole world gets a little better. Imagine all of us being willing to shine. All of us that came here to do this, suddenly waking up, taking off that cloak, being unafraid of what other people think. No more judgment. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what other people think. It really doesn't. The only way that it matters what other people think is if you let it matter. Because then it's going to affect your light. It's going to pull your vibration down. So if you're just walking through... I walked downtown the other day and I'm like, I'm just going to shine my light everywhere I go. And I don't care what anybody thinks. There are times when I'm still having a struggle too. I'm not any better than anyone else. I still want to fit in sometimes. I still want to be part of the popular crowd, whatever. And yet I'm okay. I'm okay. If I have to walk this world all by myself, if I have to be alone, I'm okay because I have everything that I need that's inside of me. So I can keep on shining, keep on being me. If other people don't want to join me, that's okay. That's okay. I only want those people who want to be here in my life to join me. And the ones that choose to stay in judgment or choose to think less, and they're unbelieving, they're only proving to pull our vibrations down. It's okay to walk away from them. It's okay to not let them affect you. And if they're a part of your daily existence, just put on that beautiful cloak, that gown, that angelic gown that you receive in these meditations, and just put a big Cheshire cat smile on your face. You know something that they don't. You're just ahead of them. That's all. They'll catch up. They're all going to catch up. That's the truth. If we can't catch up in this physical body, we'll step out of it and we'll catch up in the next go around. Because the next time they come in, they're going to come in much more advanced than they did the last time. So it's okay. Baby souls struggle with this kind of stuff. They can't remember. They just can't remember who they are. So it's okay. So let's go into a meditation real quick. I'm just going to talk and talk. I love your statements. It opens me up. So true. I'm letting go of those fears of being judged. Exactly. Jennifer, beautiful video from John. I see fairies. First time in my grandmother's garden as a child. Now I see fairies, little lights, fun energies. Yeah, Carol, weren't they amazing? Let's see. What else we got? Isabel. Yeah, since my grandma and my sister passed away, I have been experiencing smells and not feeling alone. Exactly. They're like, oh, here we are. They will find any way they can to let you know that they're still in existence and still close to you. Because they love you so much that they will continue. Whether they come through a person that comes to you and says, hey, I got a message for you. Whether they come in a smell, whether you taste something, whether these beautiful dreams come about where you have a visitation dream, which I love. If you dream about them and it feels very, very real, as if you can actually be there with them, they're visiting you. Your guard is down when you're sleeping. They're able to get in and say, oh, here I am. I'm right here. So it's beautiful, and it's why do people deny themselves these beautiful experiences? It's hard for me to understand, and yet I have to accept, right? I have to accept. So let's go into that meditation. We're running out of time. Get your feet grounded. Plant those feet, sisters and brothers. It's fun. Plant your feet. If you can get them down on the ground, envision your roots going deeply into the earth. Let's go have some fun. Let's go to the fairy garden. Let's remember those beautiful fairies that John posted. What do they look like to you? Fairies can look like magical creatures, look like anything you'd like to see. Really, your perception is what creates them. Right now, I see them as puppy dogs and kittens, dragonflies, moths. Sometimes you ever seen those, I think they call them mayflies that circle around. I think that may be what I was thinking of, Carol, when you posted your video, but it's not May, so I think you actually got fairies. So we may see them, we may perceive them as something that would be just everyday ordinary, when everything on the planet is actually filled with magic. So let's envision ourselves going to that magical place. We're going off into the forest. So take a big breath. Feel that higher self. Feel that love that's inside of you as it expands. Nice. I feel you guys. All right. So let yourselves come join me in the forest. There's an opening between the trees and a path, and we're meeting right there at that path. You can fly in if you like. However you want to come in is fine. If you're on the ground, make sure your feet are bare. You can feel that packed earth under your feet. It feels so good. Let's go on walking through. There's leaves on the ground so you can crunch and swish. Move those leaves with your feet. Isn't that a fun thing to do? It's one of my favorite things to do. So there's swish, swish, swishing. I hear all of you. We're not being quiet as we walk through the forest at all. We're awakening the magical creatures as we go. They're like, oh, there they are. So we go right to the center. There's this beautiful little area right in the center. And it's got these beautiful trees all the way around. And there's rocks set up in a circle. And there's a fireplace right in the middle. We've done this before. Let's do it again. Everybody choose your rock. I want you to sit down on a rock. I want you to feel that earth energy coming right up through your spine as it's clearing away illness and blocks of energy. The earth just fills us right up with healing energy. It's beautiful when we allow it. And coming down over your crown is source energy, helping you to feel your connectivity to the other side. They want you to remember, feel that pull on your crown right now. We grounded first so that it wouldn't lift you right out of your chair. But if you can feel them pulling upwards, it's beautiful. They're pulling upwards to show you that you are connected to the other side always. You're connected to every single lifetime you've ever had, to all of the lessons you've ever learned. You're connected to all of those spirit beings on the other side. You're connected to those that you've lost, whether it be in human form or animal form. Those pets are always there. They have not left your side. So feel them. Feel that connectivity. There's like a golden cord between you and those that you love always, and it never ends. So the energy is rushing right down through your crown and through your third eye, clearing away all that clutter, allowing you to see more easily, allowing you to feel more, right on down through the throat, opening up your vocal cords, allowing the angels to speak through you. Feel that. Wow, rushing right on through those vocal cords is beautiful. Still hanging there, I'm holding that energy. Lots of clearing, allowing you to speak your truth. You don't need to hide it anymore. Down into the heart. Breathe deeply into your heart. Let all this healing energy go out to every cell of your body. So as you're sitting there on that rock, the angels are just ministering to you. Your physical self is experiencing, wow, that was a crazy shift. I don't know what that was. I hope that you guys experienced that. It came right at the side of my head. It was like whoosh, right through from one side to the other. That was cool. So as we're sitting here on this rock, we're allowing angels to clear and to fill us with this angelic love, to minister to each one of us. And they're encircling each one of you as you sit there. You can be in a meditative pose, however you're comfortable. They have built a warm fire right in the center, so we're feeling the heat. If you put out your face, you can feel that heat on your cheeks. Get your toesies warm. Taking a big breath right now. Nice. We're asking for a release from anyone's home here today, from around anyone, from your auras, from your energy fields, from any object in your home, your pets, your cars, your land. We're asking for a clearing of any lower vibrational energies. We're asking Archangel Michael to come in with his team of angels and clear away any lower vibrational energies. And if there are any earthbound spirits attached to any one of us now or in the future, we're asking to have those cords and attachments removed. We're asking to have these earthbound spirits crossed into the light, into complete healing right now. A big energy saging of everyone's homes. Thank you for this. I can feel it. Feel that energy lightening up. It's all in your intention. Are you willing? Are you willing to sever those cords? Are you willing to lay down anything that no longer serves you? Opening yourself up to newness, new energy, new life. That's what they're asking you. And if you say yes, they're working for you right now. Allow us to see the magic that's all around us today, lightening it, all this heaviness up so that we can see through the eyes of a child again. The beauty that's all around us, the fairies, magic. Nice lightning. Ooh, somebody just did a big release. That was beautiful. I don't even know where that came from. Thank you for whoever's releasing today. Whoever just got lightened up. There was definitely some energy that needed to come out. Well done. So the energy is now moving again down into the solar plexus. Clearing, clearing, clearing all those chakras. Moving into your hands and your feet. Open up your hands, feel that heat. You're being given this healing energy. When you reach out and touch someone, and they get better. How beautiful will it be when we realize that? Rub those hands together. Can you feel that beautiful energy? It's beautiful. Going down through the sacral chakra, clearing it up, allowing you to feel that newness. Take a big breath. First breath today. Brand new baby. Take a big breath. You've just been birthed again to new energy, to new life, new opportunities opening to you. And down into the root. Excellent. You guys are doing so well. I feel that energy at the back of my neck. Who's got that energy at the back of your neck? Healing, going into the neck, the back of the lower part of the skull that connects to the neck. If you're having headaches today, right over the top of the head, through the brain, wherever needed, the angels are ministering, helping you to feel your own energy, clearing away anything that is not your own. I see each one of us sitting. We were sitting on a rock, now we're all in an egg. I see a circle of eggs. They're big eggs, and you're inside. This is a place for healing and growth. So if you're needing that time, however long you need it, they're going to allow you to stay in this little cocoon or this egg space so that you can have some time to yourself to find the truth of who you are, to heal more deeply than you've ever healed before. So as we move through this, those of you who are ready, the clearing has gone all the way down into the earth, coming back up your legs. And for a few of you, they're keeping you in this egg. So if you feel like you're being cocooned right now, it's okay. It's perfectly safe. You need a little extra work. That's all. They're helping. They're assisting you. Don't feel like you've got to come out with the rest of us. If you feel like you're being wrapped up in an egg, please stay there for the healing for a while after. However long you feel that energy, stay. Don't move out of it. Allow yourself to be in that little embryonic phase again so that you can be reborn today. So the angels are going to stay with you however long it's needed. Remember to drink a lot of water, ground your energy today. Healthy foods, nature, salt baths. I'll keep reminding, because you are definitely going through a birthing process, coming back out on the other side of a very difficult time. So take one more big breath, pulling that higher self deeply into your heart, shutting yourself down a little bit. Take some time for you today. Be in peace, be in solitude. You're so welcome. My little Coco doggy, always by my side. Aw, sweet Julie. Tina, so glad you popped in with us. Beautiful time. Thank you to the angels. Thank you to each one of you, to your guides, to your angels, to your presence, your energy in this meditation time. I appreciate you greatly, and I thank you for joining me. I hope that your day is a beautiful one. For those of you that need the quiet time, we're going to sign off so that you can continue in this healing. Take good care of yourselves. Allow those angels to do their work. You are worthy. You are worthy. Don't judge yourself poorly. Let them take care of you. You're so welcome, Deborah. Enjoy this time of healing. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.